This is my 2018 Tacoma. Today I'm going to be installing this remote start system here from 12 Volt Solutions. I'm not sponsored by these guys or anything. Just kind of doing a little video on what I think about it. It's super simple. It's all plug and play. No cutting or nothing hardwired in or anything. All easily removable. So if you're gonna get rid of the truck or anything like that, you can literally just pull this right back out and make it as if it never happened. And this one's pretty cool because I'm gonna be installing just the remote start module, which will run just off the key fob here. Press the lock 3 times and the truck will fire up. And then I also have bought the attachment here. So this is just the regular module, some harness, and then this guy right here is a pretty cool add-on. So you can add, this is basically like a separate kit right here. Just the remote start to use the keys. Then you can add this guy on right here. This is another module that basically piggybacks off this, and this makes it to where you can remote start it from your phone. You can use this if you're just outside your house, whatever. You can use this if you're miles away. Pretty cool, worth it add-on. This guy's the majority of it, really, from the steering column on down to the BCM, which or body control module, which is just under this kick panel right here. All we're gonna do is we're just gonna yank this guy up. These all just pull out. Sorry for the lighting, it's terrible. But these all just pull up, and just be gentle with it. On this guy right here, you're gonna have a let me see, I'll get the light up there. There you go, focus. All right, you can see that. That's just one of those little hand screws. It's got a Phillips head on the front, but I mean on the top of it, but it doesn't matter. It just twists off. So just throw that guy over there, and then this guy will kind of come out and kind of like sweep out off of that. And as you can see, pretty straightforward. You got this 10, got another 10, and you got another one down here on the far end. So we're gonna pull those. Right, so we got that yanked down real quick. Like I said, you got the 310 mil right there. And if you never pulled this off, the way I kind of do it is go from the bottom and just slowly work it. It's not gonna all come off at once, but then you kind of gotta grab up top on both ends. I usually kind of stick my fingers in between this kick panel here and the steering column, but you can see these clips, they more or less go straight towards the back of the truck. So then once you get that done, you're gonna have to fire the truck up, because, well, you can see this one right here. Mine's locked right now, but there's a screw right here on the steering wheel, and or on the column rather, and turn the steering wheel so you can get to that one. There's one on this side. Once you get those screws undone, this is just gonna go straight down the bottom half of the column here. We're gonna have to expose that, and then that's pretty much it, man. Then we're just gonna plug some stuff in really quick and slap it back together. Also, make sure you drop your steering wheel adjustment. Drop that lever down, because that'll hold that plastic up. Just be careful with it. Unplug this guy, and then under here, see this guy, same thing. You're just gonna unplug it. It's a little tricky. There you go. Unplug this SLP side right here. It's gonna go to the steering wheel. So I'm gonna go up through this little hole here, and then kind of go under the steering wheel here. This is the connection right here that we unplugged, and it's just simply gonna piggyback off this. So this one right here is a male, so it's gonna go to this female, and then the male will go in place where this originally went. We got the new harness plugged back into the original spot, and you can see the tag there. So it's plugged in. It has a nice audible click, and you can kind of tug on it and you can definitely tell it's plugged in there good. This one, on the other hand, it doesn't click at all, and I could easily just pull it right back out. So I did throw the zip tie around that guy. All right, after you get that side done, you can go ahead and button that all up and you're done over there for the rest of this. And then everything else is all going to be installed right here. Remote start module will kind of just get wedged up in here, and it's going to piggyback off this connection right here. And then if that's all you're installing is just the remote start, then you're done. But then if you're going to do the phone system like I'm doing, you're also going to piggyback that off this module that we'll be putting in, and tucking the wires up and stuff here. And then you got to do a little bit of programming just to make everything sync up, and that's it. So I already hooked up the BCM, and all that's really nice. I didn't have to zip tie any of this. This guy clicks real nice, and it clicks real nice into the actual BCM. So all that's really good and snug. So I'm confident in it. Now, the last thing to do is actually hook up the remote start module that will go on here, and that's basically the start of the programming process. All right, the first thing this says here is you're going to plug in the red connector. So, got red, so we're going to plug that in. Then it says there's a button right here on the end. You're going to hold this button down, then plug in the blue connector, and you're going to hold this button down until there's a little bar right here that lights up, till that bar turns orange. And then once it turns orange, you're going to release the button, and that should turn solid red. So let's see what happens here. So we're going to hold the button, I'm going to plug this guy in, maybe. Okay, we got orange. Now release it. There we go, we got red. So it says once it turns red, you're going to press the push start here twice to go to the running position. And if it turns green, then we're good. If it turns orange, you just got to turn it off and press it twice again, and this should be done. So let's see what happens here. We're going to push it twice. All right, we got orange. So we're going to turn it off according to this. Let me press this guy right here so this will shut up. All right, so now let's try this again. 1, 2, we got green. So this guy's now programmed, and we haven't added the phone capabilities to this remote start yet. So this is just for the key fob. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this guy off real quick, and I'm gonna grab these keys here, and we're gonna just see if it works, because technically it should start now. So I'm gonna close it, and then we're just gonna hit this lock button 3 times, and it should work. So 1, 2, 3. Heard the doors lock again on it, so just for fun, we'll check. Locked, and I'm not going to stick my fingers inside so it stays locked. We'll just pinch it. Locked. All right. Now if I open it, it should shut off. It works. All right, so now that we got that done, we're going to go ahead and kind of tidy things up. But this, on this module we just added, this is where the other module that we're going to add for the phone is going to plug into. And then we got this little add-on's super easy to install. Basically, you got the main harness here that's going to plug in. This big connection plugs into the module itself. The little blue that it slims down to goes into an adapter. Comes with 2 different adapters, 6 different possibilities here, but I'm not using that one. Mine calls for this, and the instructions they give you right here, it's pretty straightforward. Depending on which module you're using for the remote start with the key, will determine what adapter you're using. So mine calls for this white 4-pin here. After I plug this stuff in real quick, I'm just going to plug this guy into the module that we've installed and know is working properly. And after I do that, I can go ahead and button that up and make it look pretty, put all that back together, and then the rest of the programming for this guy is all done on the app. Alright, so once you get your module installed and everything put back together, you're going to download this CL6 app here. And it's pretty straightforward. It'll have some information that you're going to put in, and then after you do so, yeah, you can use the app to start it instead of your key fob or the key fob if you're close to the truck. Otherwise, this is pretty straightforward, man. I mean, you got your unlock lock, your start, and it'll unlock the truck, fire it up, lock it, and then start a 15-minute timer. So, as you can see, there's a little bit of a lag, but that's just because of the satellites. But it relocks the truck, it'll start the timer, and then you can shut the truck off if you want to sooner than that. And it'll do the same thing, unlock it, relock it. But yeah, that's it, man. So I hope you guys like this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.